beauty babies, it's Mookie and welcome back to my channel. If you are new to my channel, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that post notification bell so that you get all my videos once they get uploaded and you do not miss a video. Okay, so I told you guys I was going to be back with a story time on how did I end up in the ER for my BBL and what happened. I first want to start off by saying my BBL was not horrible at all. It was the experience of being in this particular hospital. Okay, so I'm going to start off the morning of when I woke up. Mind you, this is day 3 of my surgery. The first day was cool. You know, the first day wasn't so bad as everybody make it seem. It wasn't bad at all. The second day, it was a breeze, y'all. I was up, I was walking, damn near twerking, you hear me? So then the third day is what caught me. Y'all, it's hot in here. So if y'all hear my background, it's the kids that's outside and my bugaboo daughter that's right here. Cause I got my patio door open. Okay, so you ain't even coughing, girl. You wanna get up here? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Yeah or no? Yeah, so day 3, I woke up with a really bad headache. On top of that, I was dizzy as ever. I was like super dizzy. And what else? Okay, at that time, I was just dizzy and I woke up with a headache. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe I need to eat. I get up, I make a sandwich. I eat. I take all my vitamins, everything that I'm supposed to be taking. I continue to take that. So then my cousin come in, and mind you, from the first day of surgery, I was up, I was moving around, and she's like, "You all right?" And I'm like, "I'm cool, but I got a headache." I'm like, "Maybe I need to eat some more." So she's like, "Okay, cool, let's go to get some food." So we went to, I believe, 305 Crabman 305. If y'all go to Miami, y'all need to check that place out. It's so good. It's really bomb. So yeah, we went there or whatever. I got a little bit of my food. I ate a little bit of my food, and I just couldn't shake this headache. I couldn't shake me being dizzy. So mind you, the whole time of me being in Miami, I'm laying down. Everybody know I wear contacts. I wear contacts and one second. Yeah, I wear contacts. So this particular day, I did not have my contacts on because I wasn't driving. I wasn't doing anything. So I feel like I don't need them on. I don't need to see shit. So I'm thinking, okay, well maybe because I don't have my contacts in, that's why I'm getting a headache. That was not the reason. I put my contacts in, and around this time, it's about 7 o'clock. So I put my contacts in. Mind you, I still got this headache. Then my eyesight becomes very blurry. Like, even with my contacts in. Mind you, with my contacts in, I can see everything. So I put my contacts in, and my eyesight is like super blurry. Like, I can't see, my head is hurting even more. So I tell my fave, I'm like, look, I know you've been tired of driving and stuff, but I really think I need to go to the ER. Like, something is wrong. Mind you, this is the night before it's time for us. The evening before it's time for us to go back home to California. So she's like, I ain't tripping. Like, I'm gonna take you to the ER and make sure everything good. Like, you gotta make sure you good or whatever. I'm like, I don't feel okay. So we get to the ER. We go to, what is this hospital? It's in Miami. It's Hialeah. Wherever this hospital is. I went to this hospital. When I tell you I went in, there was nobody really there, which was cool. I'm like, okay, cool. I ain't never been to an ER, and I just go straight in. So I get to the ER, I register and everything. They take me in the back, they take my vitals, everything is fine. First strike was everybody around me was speaking Spanish. Okay, I get it. Miami is where all the Colombians are. Cut it off now. Cut it off. Okay, so like I was saying, don't get me wrong. I know Miami is where all the Colombians are and the Spanish speaking, the Latinas, and all that. But I know a few places I walked into where they was like, it had a sign and it was like, do not speak Spanish in front of the customers because it's rude. So, you know, that kind of threw me off in the ER. I'm just like, y'all speaking Spanish and I don't even understand what y'all saying, like, you know? So that was flag number one for me. So the lady took me in the back. She sent me in my room. I was in room number 11. Never forget. I was paying attention to literally every detail because it was just something sketchy about this hospital when I went in. So she sent me into like room number 11. Mind you, when I went in there, I was waiting for, I want to say like an hour, hour and a half until somebody came in and talked to me. But mind you, when I came in the hospital, I went straight in. Like there was nobody in there, like, so I don't understand what the wait was about or whatever. So I went in, some lady came in, she's like, okay, the doctor will come in, she'll talk to you, she'll get your medical history record, everything like that. She said, I'm just gonna ask you a few questions and I'm gonna take it back to the doctor and she's gonna come in here and she's gonna ask you the same questions again. So she asked me the questions, I answered them, my history, diabetes, all that, you know, answered those questions and such things like that. Okay, so boom, she leaves out, another lady comes in. No, she leaves out, my doctor come in, the doctor that was the doctor for me that night. So she comes in, she's like, so what brings you here? I tell her, like, you know, I've been dizzy, I've had lightheadedness, my eyesight is blurry. I told her, like, you know, I just had a BBL, so I don't know if my hemo is low or, you know, anything. I said, but I want to check this out before I get on the plane and go back home. She said, okay, fine. She said, normally what happens with BBLs is you lose a lot of blood and sometimes your hemo is low. I'm like, okay, cool. Thinking it's something, you know, small that they can fix. All right, okay. So she said, good thing that you came in. I'm like, oh, okay. So she said, I'm going to have some labs ran on you, you know, check your blood level, everything, and make sure that's fine. I said, okay, cool. So another nurse comes in. So she's like, hey, I'm here. I'm going to do your, draw your blood. I'm like, okay, cool. Second straw for me. The lady is drawing my blood. Mind you, she can't find the vein in my arm. Mind you, I have good veins, so it's never hard to find, you know, draw my blood. So she's moving the needle, just moving it in and out, moving it in and out. So now she's irritating me because I'm just like, how can't you find my blood, my vein? I'm sitting here looking at my vein like, how can't you find my vein? Like, this is weird. And so I'm thinking in my head like, girl, are you an intern or something? Because I don't want nobody practicing on me. Like, I need somebody that know what they're doing to come in here and draw my blood. I said, I don't mean to be rude, but, you know, I want you to stop. Just stop. Bring another person in here that's going to draw my blood. So this guy comes in, get straight to it, boop, draws my blood. And I'm just like, that was weird. Okay, so now I'm sitting there, I'm waiting for my results to come. Mind you, I never told my husband that I was in the ER because he's like a nervous wreck. So I didn't want him to be worried about me, and I didn't know, you know, what the problem was right then and there. So I didn't want him to be, you know, worried about me. So I didn't tell him at that particular time. So mind you, I got admitted into the ER. I came to the ER at around 7 o'clock. They drew my blood. She came back with my results around 9 o'clock-ish. So she comes in, she's like, yeah, we're gonna have to give you an emergency blood transfusion. So I literally in my head think like I'm dying, like, girl, I'm dying. So I start boo-hooing, crying. I'm like, well, how long is that they're gonna take? You know, what's the procedures? What do I have to do? Like, you know, because I've never had a blood transfusion. And I'm just thinking in my head, like, I don't want nobody else's blood in me. And so I'm boo-hoo crying. I called my husband. So now I have to tell my husband, you know, I'm in the ER. I'm about to have to get a blood transfusion. So I have to tell him now because now I'm finna be here. So I called my husband. I'm boo-hoo crying. I'm like, baby. He's like, what's wrong? And I'm just like, I have to get a blood transfusion. You know, my hemoglobin is at a 6. If y'all see me keep looking, it's because I have, like, again, I have my patio open and there's cars that keep just flying past and it's just weird. So, yeah, I called my husband and I'm like, yeah, my hemoglobin is at 6. They're going to have to give me emergency blood transfusion because my blood level is too low. And they said that they can't send me home like that. And he's like, well, how long that's going to take? I said, I don't know. You know, I have to talk to the doctor when she comes back in. Boom, get off the phone with my husband. I called my granny. I called my granny. I'm crying. I'm like, Granny, I have to get a blood transfusion. And I'm just boohoo crying. I'm like, I don't want nobody else's blood in me, Granny. I don't know these people who blood they putting in me. Like, so my granny explained to me, she's like, well, it's not so bad, but, you know, make sure if they putting in, you know, clean blood in you and, you know, the blood is, everything is matching your, you know, your blood type and everything. I'm like, okay. I said, well, Granny, I'm going to call you when they're doing my blood transfusion, so you know you can talk to them and ask them all the questions that you know that need to be asked, because you know I don't know. I'm 30 years old, never had a blood transfusion. I don't care. I'm gonna call my granny, I'm gonna call my mama. If something happens, them two are the first people that I'm really gonna call. I don't care how old I get, I'm gonna call my granny or my mama. So I get off the phone with my granny. I try to call my mom. I call my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law like, keep me updated. If I have to fly out there, I'm gonna fly out there to Miami. Woo, woo. Love my mother-in-law. So then I never talked to my mom that night because again, like my mom stays in Louisiana, so their hours are so different. So it was really late. So boom. Mind you, it's 12 o'clock. They still hadn't did my blood transfusion. So another doctor comes in and he's like, yeah, okay, so we're sending your blood up to the lab so that we can get your blood type or whatever. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm thinking they're going to give me my blood transfusion in the ER because the lady told me, oh yeah, they can give you your blood transfusion in the ER. No, the man comes in here. He's like, no, I don't know why she would tell you that. She couldn't have told you that. I look at the man like, so you trying to tell me I'm lying? Like, I don't know what this lady just told me. This lady just told me that they were going to get my blood transfusion right here in the ER and I will be going home in like 6 hours. He's like, I don't know why she would tell you that. Yeah, a blood transfusion takes longer than that. And what she said, what did he say? Yeah, we're going to keep you overnight. Okay, that's kind of weird. All right, mind you, again, I never had a blood transfusion. So now my cousin is there with me. She's asking the doctor questions and stuff like that. So we're sitting there still. Now it's midnight. They still hadn't transferred me upstairs to admit me into the hospital, whatever. So my cousin's asking him questions and stuff like that. And he's like, yeah, because I know your doctor, mind you, the guy come in, the doctor he said he was the head ER doctor. So he comes in, he's talking to my cousin and he's like, well, yeah, we're going to admit her upstairs. And he said, did you have, no, he never asked me if I had a BBL or what kind of surgery, but I'm guessing he could tell because I had my butt pillow. But mind you, I never once told this man, my doctor, never once told this man, my doctor, never once told this man where I got my surgery done. So he goes on to tell my cousin, yeah, because it's a lot of girls that came in here and they died from BBLs. They got their surgery done by your same doctor. And yeah, we've had a lot of girls that lost their lives that had their surgery done at the same place that you had your surgery done. And so my cousin's like, really? Yeah, they died from fat embolisms. What else was he telling her? And so I'm like, no, they didn't. No, what are you talking about? So then I just stopped talking. So then I told my cousin once he left, I said, he's a fucking lie. He's a fucking lie. I said, I never once told this man what doctor did my surgery. I never once told this man what place did my surgery. So how could he say that my doctor was the one well, the patients that came in and got their BBL was from my doctor and was from the place where I got my BBL. That was strike number 3. You just sit here and lied and said that my doctor pretty much killed these girls and they went to the same place I went to. Mind you, I never once told this man who my doctor was and what place I got my surgery done at. So that was strike number 3. So I finally get admitted upstairs. That was around 12, going on 1 o'clock. My cousin leaves, so it's just me up there by myself. Okay, so the lady, she comes in. Now my nurse that's upstairs, she comes in. She's on some weird shit too. She's like asking me my medical history. So she goes on to say, well, do you have ID? I said, yeah, I gave my ID downstairs to the nurse. She said, oh, are you an organ donor? Strike 4. I said, yeah, no. Why are you asking me am I an organ donor? I said, I've never been to a ER or hospital where they asked me, am I an organ donor? She said, I said, what y'all trying to do to me? She said, ha ha ha, we trying to take your organs. Bitch, I don't find that funny. Because I was literally thinking that in my head. And she's like, no, I'm just kidding. We just have to ask that. And I'm just like, I've never been to an ER where they asked me, am I an organ donor? So she took all, she asked me all the questions and everything like that. So then now I'm just laying there. Mind you, I was never dehydrated or anything like that, but they still put me on fluids just so that they can make sure, you know, I still had, you know, hydration running through my system. Okay, cool. So then I'm asking my nurse, I'm like, so when are they gonna come in with my blood transfusion? Mind you, I got admitted at 7 o'clock. I went upstairs at midnight. I still not had gotten a blood transfusion, but you guys said that this was an emergency blood transfusion, that I needed this blood transfusion right away. So she's like, oh, well, the labs are kind of backed up and they're going to get you your blood as soon as possible. But mind you, the man downstairs told me they had my blood already. They had already sent my blood to the labs and everything, and they found my blood. I was blood type O. And they had already had my blood. I get upstairs, they're telling me something different. But mind you, this is an emergency blood transfusion. If this is emergency, why didn't y'all give me this hurry in a rush? Like, I should have been like the first, you know, to get my blood transfusion. So she's like, as soon as they get your blood, we'll have your blood and we'll get you on the IV and we'll get you going. Okay, cool. 4 o'clock come. Mind you, 4 o'clock in the morning. 4 o'clock come, some guy comes in and he's like, wake me up. Oh, I need to take your blood. I said, what do you need to take my blood for? He's like, oh, because we need to get your blood type. Nigga, it's 4 in the morning. They took my blood when I was downstairs in the ER. That was around 7, 8 o'clock when they got my blood. They have my blood. So I tried to, you know, cooperate with a man. Let him take my blood. He tries to, I don't think you guys can see it. Somewhere right here. But he tries to go in my hand and take my blood. And I'm like, he can't get my blood thing. First of all, why are you going in my hand? I said, try in my arm, you know, you can get my blood right there or whatever. So he's like, no, I'm going to do it this way. How you going to tell me where to take my blood from? I'm trying to help you out. So, he couldn't get my blood. So now I'm getting irritated, you know, because my hand is hurting. Y'all keep taking blood from me. Like, I don't have that much blood to give. So he couldn't get my blood. I said, you know what? Stop sticking me. Leave me alone. I'm not giving you no blood. And he's like, well, if you don't give me no blood, then we're going to have to, what did he say? We're going to have to hold off on your blood transfusion because we don't have your blood type. Yes, y'all do. So then I said, you know what? Have my nurse come in because first off, you can barely speak English and I can't understand what you're saying. I said, have my nurse come in. So my nurse comes in. She's like, what's the problem? I said, I'm not understanding. Why are they still taking blood from me? She said, oh, we need a confirmation that your blood type is blood type O. Bitch, I didn't give y'all so much blood downstairs. Y'all should have had enough blood to have blood confirmation that my blood type is a blood type O. So now I feel like y'all playing games with me. And now I feel like y'all trying to kill me so that y'all can take my organs and do whatever y'all doing with them. Because mind you, okay, so this is what's running in my head. Miami been having a lot of girls coming up missing, right? And so I'm thinking in my head, like, I'm not from out here. I'm from California. You know, they know that I'm just out here, me and my cousin. I don't got no family out here. Yeah, let's just off her, and we're going to take her organs and ship them or whatever to give them to somebody else that need them. That's how I feel. Like, if y'all felt like I needed this blood transfusion and it was an emergency, y'all would have gave me my blood transfusion right away. Instead of them, they were playing games. Okay. So then she's like, well, we're going to have another nurse come in here and she's going to drive your blood. That's going to be around 5 o'clock. I said, so when am I going to get my blood transfusion? Because I've been in here since yesterday. So 5 o'clock in the morning the lady come in. She draws my blood. I said, so now how long I'm going to have to wait? She said, oh, I don't know. You know, I still have to get a confirmation of your blood type. So I calls my mom. I know my mom was up by now. So I'm telling my mom the story and what happened and woo woo. So now my mom is going off. She's like, if she needed a blood transfusion, y'all should have been gave her this blood transfusion. There's no way that she's still sitting there and y'all playing games. Y'all ain't getting her no blood transfusion. So my mom was going off on them, like going off. So boom. Then I called my cousin and I'm like, I'm crying now. I'm like, you know, they still haven't given me my blood transfusion. I'm still sitting here. They ain't gave me no medicine for no headache. They ain't gave me nothing. Like, I'm just still laying here just like, feel like I'm literally dying. I cannot exaggerate this story, y'all. I feel like I'm literally dying slowly. Like, my head is pounding more. I'm more and dizzier. Like, I'm just sitting here like damn near lifeless. And so my cousin now, she's mad. She like, you know what? I'm on my way. She calls me. She hangs up and literally 5 seconds later, like, she calls me. She's like, I'm downstairs. She's like, take that IV out. Tell them you're about to go and I'm about to take you to a new hospital because this is hella weird. There's no way that you've been sitting here since yesterday at 7 o'clock and you still ain't got no blood transfusion. So the lady walks in. I'm like, I'm about to go. I'm like, because, you know, I don't feel good. I don't feel like y'all helping me here. Y'all playing games. Y'all keep telling me, oh, my blood type is blood type O, but yet nobody has brought me no blood in here for a blood transfusion. So my cousin, she's downstairs. She's arguing with the people. She's like, either I'm going up or y'all about to send her down. She said, but either way, she's leaving this hospital and we're going to a different hospital or whatever. So I kid you not. My cousin cusses them out. I mean, like, literally 1 minute later, the lady and another doctor come in. He's like, oh, hey, Miss Pope, we got your blood transfusion. What? It took all this for y'all to give me a blood transfusion, but y'all said that I needed an emergency blood transfusion, but y'all just now coming in here with a blood transfusion. Tell me why I didn't get my blood transfusion till 8 o'clock the next morning. Tell me why I had to leave and get on the plane my plane left at 2 something. And I needed 2 units of blood. And that was the bare minimum of how much blood that I needed at that time. So, you know, I stayed there. I cooperated. I'm just like, you know, I'm not going to get on a plane like this. I'm just going to get these blood transfusions. So I'm like, I told my cousin, I'm like, ask them, can you come up? I don't even feel safe with them, you know, here by myself. I need somebody else here with me or whatever. So they ended up letting her come up or whatever. I got my blood transfusion and the lady, she's like, oh, since you're in a rush, we're gonna just get your discharge papers and everything like that. I said, it's not that I'm in a rush. I said, first off, y'all scaring me because everybody in this hospital, they're acting super weird. I said, lady, I am not from out here. Mind you, now my nurse that in the morning time, she's like Haitian or something like that. And I said, you know, I don't mean to be rude towards you because it wasn't you, you know. I said, but I have a 1-year-old baby at home. I have a husband. I need to get back home to my baby. You know, I had to get back home to my family. I said, and they're really scaring me, you know, like I just want to get back to my family. That's all I want to do is I want to make it back home to my family. She's like, yeah, I understand and whatever. So I got my blood transfusion. And shoot, they discharged me. They was like, I was acting a fool up in there, like, y'all. I was like, baby, I needs to go. Like, y'all weird. So yeah, the whole hospital, like, it wasn't even my experience with my my fat transfer. It was the experience with the hospital. So I'm telling y'all now, if y'all ever get a BBL, any type of surgery, and y'all feel like y'all need to go to a hospital, do not go to this hospital. Baby, do not. I mean, do not go to this hospital. Because they were so weird up in there, and I really feel like they were trying to kill me, or they were just trying to let me die slowly and just take my organs and ship them off, or whatever they do with them. Because the lady, she made that funny comment, yeah, we're trying to ship your organs. And I'm just like, that's not funny. That's not something you tell somebody. Then it's the nurse that was downstairs talking about, oh yeah, it was your doctor that, you know, the girls came in here and they died. Like, it was so crazy, y'all. It was super crazy. And I cannot make this story up. And that's why I was like, this was a horror. Like, it was just so crazy. This hospital was super crazy. And it was just like, if I can prevent somebody from going to that hospital, do not go to that hospital. Like, it was just too much weird stuff going on. And I was just like, no, I shouldn't have came here. I was so lucky to leave that hospital. I was just like, thank God, baby, thank God. Like, seriously. So yeah, that's my story with being admitted into the ER for my BBL. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that post notification bell so that you get all my videos once they get uploaded. And you do not, and I mean do not, miss a video. Again, I do have a lot of questions, and I know I said this in my last video, but I'm trying to save all of them for this just one video, and I'm gonna just do a Q&A. You guys leave all your comments and your questions down below, and I promise you, I am going to answer them all in my next video. I had a lot of questions about my BBL, who was my doctor, where did I go to, and all that. And I know a lot of people like, oh, she's so bougie, she ain't telling us where she got her surgery done and who her doctor is. It's not even that. I'm just going to answer it all in one video so that I don't have to repetitively keep answering the same question. So yeah, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that post notification bell so that you get all my videos once they get uploaded and you do not miss a video. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.